She stood before me, her words slicing through the air with a cold finality that left me breathless. "He's stronger than you," she said, her voice level, emotionless, as if she were simply stating a fact that needed no debate. We stood beside the same gentle stream where, just a year earlier, we had etched our initials into the bark of an old willow tree, swearing our love under its shelter. I had foolishly thought she wanted to revisit that spot to rekindle something between us. But she had brought me here not to heal, but to deliver a verdict. I was no longer enough. Her gaze avoided mine, focusing on the flowing water. "I never meant to fall for him," she added, her voice distant. "But with him, I feel safe, protected. Safe, protected, as if I hadn't been her rock all this time. The one who stood beside her through storms, listening, supporting, lifting her whenever she stumbled." Each word landed like a blade, exposing every sacrifice I had made and twisting it into insignificance. I turned away from the stream as the quiet ripples mocked the chaos boiling inside me. My vision blurred, my chest ached, but I swallowed my pain. Her voice echoed in my mind. "He's stronger." Stronger how? Was it his wealth? His looks? His confidence? I didn't ask. Part of me feared her answer. A darker part feared she might be right. Time moved on, and so did she. Photos of them together soon filled my social media feed. Him standing tall beside her, her face glowing with a happiness I apparently could never spark. Each picture was a cruel reminder of my failure, a public display of her choice and my inadequacy. Sleep abandoned me. My home, once alive with her laughter, became a hollow, silent space where every corner whispered her absence. Friends tried pulling me out of my grief, inviting me to gatherings, suggesting distractions, anything to stop me from drowning in the emptiness she left behind. But the silence of my home always awaited me, and inside that silence lived her voice, her scent, her warmth, memories that haunted me with every breath. She never reached out. Not once. No text, no call, nothing. Slowly, painfully, I stopped hoping she might. I realized I needed to rebuild myself, not for her, but for my own survival. I signed up for a programming class, laced up my old running shoes, and discovered joy in cooking elaborate meals just for myself. I stopped checking her posts online. Eventually, I muted her entirely. If she had found happiness, I needed to find mine as well. The journey was long. Healing always is. But piece by piece, I reclaimed my strength. Morning jogs, the quiet satisfaction of nailing a new recipe, the peace of an undisturbed evening. These small things anchored me. I grew comfortable with my own company, something that once felt impossible. Then, one evening, my phone buzzed with a message I never expected. "Can we talk?" I stared at the screen, a storm of emotions rising inside me. My first instinct was to delete it, to protect the fragile peace I had finally earned. But curiosity, persistent and cruel, pulled me in. We agreed to meet at a small cafe, deliberately choosing a place far from our old haunts. I told myself it was a fresh beginning, though for what, I wasn't sure. She arrived, her steps hesitant, her once confident smile now dimmed and unsure. Her eyes were swollen, and there was a shakiness to her voice as she said, "Thank you for meeting me." I nodded silently. "I'm not here to justify anything," she continued, her hand trembling as she stirred her coffee. "I just need to say this." She inhaled shakily. "I thought he was stronger," she whispered, her voice breaking. "But he wasn't. Not really." I watched quietly. He made me feel invincible for a while, like nothing could hurt me. But that feeling faded. What remained was coldness, control. He became possessive, harsh. And by the time I realized what I had thrown away, you were gone. She reached across the table, but I kept my hands still. "I'm sorry," she whispered, tears forming her eyes. "I know I don't deserve another chance, but I miss you. Every day. If even a small part of you still cares, please." Her words dissolved into soft sobs. I should have felt victorious, validated. She had abandoned me, and now she sat across from me, broken. But instead, I felt something else, something steadier, like standing on the shore after a long storm, breathing the first calm air. For a long moment, I said nothing, simply looking at the woman who once called me her world, who had traded my love for a fleeting illusion of power, and who now sat before me, desperate for what she had so easily discarded. Finally, my voice came, steady and calm. I'm not angry anymore, I said, but I'm no longer the man you left behind. She nodded, tears rolling freely. I loved you deeply, and for a while, I waited, hoping you'd come back, apologize, realize your mistake. But now that you're here, I see it clearly. I paused, meeting her gaze. I'm okay without you. Her shoulders trembled as she covered her face, sobbing softly. I'm glad you found your truth, I added gently, but I'm not willing to gamble on maybe. I've found peace, and I want to keep it. We sat there in a quiet that wasn't heavy or bitter, just final. She stood slowly, wiping her eyes. I wish you the best, she whispered. You too, I replied. She walked away without looking back. And for the first time, I didn't feel the need to watch her go. I finished my coffee, stepped out into the crisp air, and inhaled deeply, tasting freedom like the first breath after surfacing from deep water.